If we don't have problems or complications, if we don't have challenges, which is the very challenge that you have right now, right? Negative belief systems. If you didn't have those challenges, you wouldn't have the opportunity to overcome them. You wouldn't have the opportunity to grow. So the whole purpose of life is for you to have those negative belief systems. Yeah, you have negative belief systems. Yeah, you're getting some bad results. You're not where you want to be, but it's good because you get to rise above them and feel the exaltation of doing so. And you get to experience what you are not, which is a guy who struggles with women. That's not really what you are. To wake up to what you really are, which is a girl magnet.
The Unapologetic Man Podcast.
Awareness alone is curative. So just by listening and having an open mind, which hopefully a lot of you guys have had, you have been already changing and already shining light on the fact that your negative belief systems are not good for you. So why the fuck are you keeping them? Because they were usually your dad's, your coaches, your mom's, your brother's. They're not yours, brother. So drop them. How do you drop them? The same way you drop a large sack of potatoes that you've been carrying around, you simply decide to drop it. Now, oftentimes, there's a belief behind the belief, and this is where I want to give you guys some tools. So first of all, you have to understand that all negative emotions are created by negative belief systems. So the next time you're feeling down, like shit, moody, stop for a second and analyze what belief system created this, and you'll usually be able to find it. Then what you do is you look for the belief system behind the belief system, what I call the sponsoring thought. The sponsoring thought always comes from fear when it's negative, as I said at the top of the show. So if you're out at the nightclub and you're just feeling bad, you might be like, why am I feeling bad, man? Like there's music going on. I have a drink, like my friends are here. Oh, it's because I don't like nightclubs. Well, wait a minute. Is it because I don't like nightclubs or is it because I fear something is going to happen at the nightclub? Let me see here. When I was in college, I went to a nightclub and I was rejected really badly by 3 girls who told me to f off. And boys, that literally happened to me. So I have a belief system that nightclubs are dangerous. Why are they dangerous? Because I'm going to get rejected by girls. Well, why is that dangerous? Because if they reject me, it might annihilate my self-esteem and bring me even further down into the dumps. So my belief system of nightclubs are horrible and I don't like being here derives from me trying to protect myself. But you have to understand that that belief system of girls rejecting you and getting dragged into the dumps is derived because you have another belief system that what they think actually fucking matters. I had another client in the coaching call last night be like, dude, now that I don't care what people think of me, I'm free. And I was like, bro, how's freedom? He's like, oh, it's amazing. It feels so good to not give a shit what people think. Why? Because now he's internally validated. He only cares what he thinks of himself. And I'll tell you this, when he goes to approach a woman, he doesn't care what she says. He cares that he had the courage to approach her. What's courage? Love of self. And that's where I'm trying to get you guys to. If you can fall in love with yourself, girls will fall in love with you too, because that's love. That's courage. That's enthusiasm. That's passion. So when I go up to a girl, I don't give a shit what she thinks because it's about what I think of myself. And I'm proud of myself for approaching that girl. But unfortunately, a lot of you guys don't have that belief system. You believe that what she thinks actually matters because honestly, and I don't want you to get butthurt, but just hear me out. You're in your feminine energy. You care too much about external validation. I will fucking remove that from your head like a splinter from your brain. All right, guys, a few final points. So it's your job to investigate your negative belief systems and question them. Oftentimes questioning them is enough to remove them. Now, sometimes they're so entrenched or there's so many negative belief systems in the forest of your unconscious mind that you need intrusive work to get rid of them, which of course is where my NLP comes in. But oftentimes awareness alone is curative. So you hearing my argument, you hearing what I'm saying, you hearing that belief systems are just BS, bullshit, that were given to you before you could defend yourself from them is sometimes enough to remove them completely, but you have to identify them. What am I afraid of here? Why is it trying to protect me? Is that really going to protect me? Probably not. Once you realize that, you can oftentimes drop it, like you drop a heavy sack of potatoes. Now, my final point, and this is what I want you guys to really hear. Did you hear about that dude who free soloed up that really tall building in Taipei? I think it was called like Taipei 1 or something like that. His name is Alex Honnold. He seems like a really cool guy. He just seems like a really humble dude who free solos, which basically means climbs without ropes. So he did El Capitan, like one of the hardest parts of El Capitan, and he called one of the parts the complication or the problem or something like that. And it's this really difficult part where you have to like put your thumb in this little fucking hole. And mind you, he has no ropes on and he's thousands of feet above the ground. Put your thumb in this hole, put your big toe in this hole, and then basically like jump up to this rock. Insane shit. So he called that the problem or the complication. And I got to thinking about this and I thought this is a lot like life. If we don't have problems or complications, if we don't have challenges, which is the very challenge that you have right now, right? Negative belief systems. If you didn't have those challenges, you wouldn't have the opportunity to overcome them. You wouldn't have the opportunity to grow. So the whole purpose of life is for you to have those negative belief systems. You're not supposed to be born into this world perfect. You're not supposed to go through this life without any problems whatsoever because your soul would not evolve unless the problems happen. So if you can slightly get on board with this, at the very minimum, understanding that challenges make you grow, and without the challenges, you wouldn't have growth. You wouldn't have exaltation, enthusiasm, because how good does it feel to grow to that next level? Yeah, you have negative belief systems. Yeah, you're getting some bad results. You're not where you want to be, but it's good because you get to rise above them and feel the exaltation of doing so. And you get to experience what you are not, which is a guy who struggles with women. That's not really what you are. To wake up to what you really are, which is a girl magnet. All of you guys are supposed to be girl magnets. It's only your belief systems that are holding you back. If you're not getting the women you want, the money you want, anything else you don't want, it's always derived of a belief system. So examine those belief systems, look at them and say, dude, why did I choose this? I don't want to think this way anymore, and make yourself believe what you want to believe. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. To watch the full podcast episode, click here. And before you go, if you're feeling extra generous, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me in the algorithm. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Unapologetic Army.